The rapper is gone. The hacker is back, ladies and gentlemen. Having too much fun tonight. All right, guys, we're going to dive into our regular program. We took our 30 minutes to do the hip hop. If you missed the first 30 minutes, you missed out. Was the best part of the stream. Probably the best stream I've done up to this point. But I will get the video posted on YouTube a little bit later, how I pwned ChatGPT. Then he made us 2 rap songs and we freestyled. That was a lot of fun. But let's dive into some normal hacking. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. We got Ubuntu here. I got sick of Kali, so we're using Ubuntu again. I have it configured, I think, pretty well. It should work for us. I've been doing HackTheBox Academy on this machine. Default sex said, man, I was jamming down, got cut off. Yeah, dude, NF is a beast. Yeah, if you just look him up on YouTube, Amazon, I have like all of his albums. He's such a good rapper. And what I like about him is he doesn't cuss, and my kids can listen to him, right? So I rock out to him with my kids. But let me get HackTheBox opened up. Might have to stop sharing my screen. I'm not sure if I've signed into HackTheBox on this machine yet, at least like not their main platform. I signed in their academy, but not their main platform. And we're just going to pick a random machine. I can't do active machines, of course. I can only do retired machines, which is why I had to renew my VIP subscription. So we'll pick a retired machine, and kind of like when I freestyled, just making it up as we go. I'm not going to prep these machines ahead of time, and we'll get frustrated together. Hopefully you learn something from my thought process, my enumeration, and really it's a team thing. So feel free to help me out in the chat. Like, let's work through this together. I do not mind if you're talkative in the chat and saying, hey, try this, try this. Really does not bother me at all. All right, we are getting there. And I think I'm going to have to download the VPN as well. I'll connect to HackTheBox maybe. We are going to do it the OG way. Where's that? Machines. Wait, what server did it say? No, not. I'm not in Europe. Can I change my VPN? Yeah, there we go. We are US and we are VIP. Do I need to, like, why can I not download? Oh, I need to pick a server. Okay. Let that generate its thing. Curious, for those of you on stream, what do you use for your primary VM? Use Kali, Parrot, something else, Ubuntu? Let me know. I'd be curious. I go back and forth between all of them, to be honest. Okay, we got that downloaded. Let's go ahead and look at machines. Welcome. Nope, we don't need a tutorial. We're elite hackers. Kali, Tyler Ramsey fan says. Alexi, in other words. Come on. Thank you. I thought it was bugging out since I just got my stuff. Okay, what do we have here? Squash. It looks like we did that one. We're definitely not going to do a hard machine because you guys don't need to see me cry on stream. Honestly, in stream, I'm much more comfortable with their easy machines, but I like the easy machines that have good reviews. I think I went through support like this, 2.5. No. I don't want to do. I want to find a machine closest to 5 as possible. A little more realistic. Let's see. Trick. 4.1. We could do that. Open source. Easy. Medium. Can I sort it by rating? I assume I can. Time lapse. Okay, that's a contender. GoodGames. Ooh, okay. So GoodGames is 4.8 stars. That looks like a good one to do. Let's do GoodGames. I haven't done this one, right? Nope, I haven't. Okay. Get that machine spawned up. Let's get connected to the VPN. It's a lab, I think. Yeah. Perfect. And my speakers on my laptop died. They apparently needed a driver update. So as soon as I got done rapping, they died. Looking over the chat, Default Sec said mostly Kali, but I've tried slowly building an Ubuntu box. Hey, let me send you a resource real quick while I'm thinking of it. There was, oh yeah, here we go. This is what I recommend. I'll drop it in the chat for you. Hopefully the Nightbot doesn't yell at me as the main dude dropping links. This is what I used, was helpful to at least get like the initial startup. It downloads some of the primary tools. You still have to download some of your custom tools depending on what you're working with, but this will give you a good start in Ubuntu to get some of those offensive toolkits installed in a way that's a little more automated. So check that out. And he said, so the user rating represents how realistic it is. I think so. When you complete a box, it asks you to rate it. And I've noticed the higher rating ones are usually the more realistic and, less CTF-y. So we can usually learn something a little more. And don't let the easy rating fool you. Easy machines on HackTheBox are not easy. Like, they are difficult. Even for legit pen testers, they are difficult. So, if you get stuck on an easy machine, I always get stuck on easy machines. Don't feel bad. You'll watch me get stuck on the easy machine right here, I'm guessing. But yeah, check that out. Let's go to this. Actually, I'm going to stop sharing my screen just for a moment, guys. I need to get my notes pulled up. But I have a notebook I use for work stuff, and you guys don't need to see my work stuff, so I just need to switch it over to my regular notebook. And there we go. And we're just going to start some notes for this box that we're going to do. Close these guys up, and we'll start a new one, and we'll call it Good Game. I don't remember the IP, but we'll get all that information. And if we cd to HackTheBox, and we'll just make a directory and call it Good Game. Beautiful. And the other thing I might do, just for keeping some of our notes easier for copy and pasting and things like that, we'll open up Visual Studio Code and use that a little bit for note taking as well. Okay, this is from before. So if we go, oh, I saw it, Good Game. We'll just start a new file and we'll just call it notes.md. Okay, we don't need these open. Oh yeah, we'll save that, I guess. And we'll just save my IP here and our target IP. We'll have it other places as well, but just so it's easy to refer to. That's the only thing I miss about Kali is Kali shows your IP up in the top right corner. I'm sure I can probably configure this to do it as well. I just haven't messed with it too much. Come on. Do we have an IP here? Beautiful. So let's drop that there. And let's also save it to our Etsy hosts. Do I have Pluma on here? I don't remember if I have Pluma or not. Might have to nano it. Oh, I do. Okay, cool. GoodGame.HackTheBox. See if we can ping them. Okay. Good sign so far. Whoa. It's my there we go. My terminal just broke a second there. So the first thing we always do when we approach a CTF is an Nmap scan. And so as we do this, I'll try to explain stuff as I'm going, just in case if you're new to this kind of CTF HackTheBox process, hopefully you learn something from it. And if you're not new, maybe you can teach me something. So the first thing I do when I'm starting a machine is an Nmap scan, which is going to tell me what ports are open. And because it's a CTF, sometimes you have weird ports running. If you just do a typical Nmap scan, it only scans for the top 1,000 most common ports, if my memory serves me correct. But if we do -p, that means scan all 65,000 whatever ports and see if anything comes back. We'll do GoodGame.HackTheBox, and -v just means give us in verbose mode. Once I know what ports are open, I'll do a more aggressive scan that takes a little more time on those specific ports. But if you do the aggressive scan on all the ports, your Nmap scan is going to take forever. While it does this, we can go ahead and grab this IP and let's save it into our notes. Good Game. We'll drop the IP there. Default sec said you don't do mass scan. It's much faster for all ports, especially for UDP. I don't, but I should. Rust scan as well. I'm just like, I've always done Nmap, so it's like those, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But honestly, you're probably right. And so what I'm going to do now is this is Nmap. There's a good chance that port 80 is the only port that's open, so I'm just going to label this Nmap full. and we'll start doing a targeted scan on port 80. We know that's going to be HTTP, or at least it's likely going to be HTTP. So to do that, we'll do mmap-p, so just one dash. We can specify it as port 80, goodgame.hackthebox-v. I actually need to back up. We're going to throw dash capital A. That means aggressive scan. It's going to do some simple enumeration, maybe see some versions that are running. So let's hit that. See what information we get. And this one's still doing its thing. So if it does discover a port, we'll come back to it and see what that port might be. I'm going to get a drink of water. All that rapping dried out my throat. And we could actually just navigate to it as well. So what I like to do is to make a checklist of what we are doing. If you're smart, you would have like a template for this, but I always go HTTP. We'll say it's on port 80. I'll make this a sub page just so it's a little more organized, and we'll say I'm going to drop my nmap scans in here as well, but we'll just go down a little bit and we'll go like this: to do list. A few things that we want to do. We want to navigate to the web server, right? The obvious. Look at the source code, check robots.txt, simple things like that. Dirbuster that beast a little bit, or FFUF, or GoBuster, whatever the heck you want to use, but Dirbuster. And then we'll use, I think it's GoBuster or FFUF for vhosts. See if there's any vhosts that are on the server. Might be a domain that's running on the same IP, but we have to put it into our Etsy host in order to actually hit it. So we got Dirbuster. We have, I'm just going to type vhost. It keeps it clear in my head. So we'll scan for vhost. So we'll navigate to the web server, check at the source code, check robots.txt, run Dirbuster at it, check vhost. We'll run Nicto at it as well. Nicto's a very basic. Stop telling me, bruh. Leave me alone. I know I need to restart my computer. Nicto's a very basic web vulnerability scanner. Might give us some interesting stuff, might not. We'll see what it does for us. But that will be our plan. And so we can see a few things that we have here. Ooh, Python. Interesting. So what I like to do once I have my nmap results, why can I not pull this over here? There we go. When I have my nmap results, usually I drop it here and then I'll break it up by the service. So if we look at like loopback, so you can see I drop all the information here. This one's a little silly because it's just port 80 from what I can see. So we'll just bring that down here just to keep my notes organized. Was there anything else that was discovered? No. So right now it is just port 80 that appears to be open. So we can close that out. So we have just port 80. Very interesting. And if we add to our to-do list, there's a few things that we can do. We can research the following. We want to research work Zug 2.0.2. And we'll throw Python in there. I've heard of that before. I think it runs on Python. And it's a GoodGames community and store. So it's some gaming community. That's the main thing that I would add to research, just as I initially look at it. Maybe we'll see more when we navigate to the web page. Let's go ahead and get some of our scans running. And actually, I'll show you guys a cool thing from HackTheBox Academy. If I go to HackTheBox Academy notes, I've been going through Academy, and they have some really good scans on here. I think it would be footprinting maybe. But different scans you can do. I think they have a scan here for vhost. I think they use GoBuster or FFUF. Oh, maybe they don't. Oh, maybe it's web information gathering. Yeah, so here's crawling. Here's virtual host. So the way we can scan for virtual hosts, we'll use FFUF for that. But the nice thing about HackTheBox Academy is they give you kind of a cheat sheet, so a very easy way to take notes. But we'll just use Dirbuster first. I like Dirbuster just because it has a GUI, and for those of you who might be new to this, GUIs are always easier. I'm sorry, I've been ignoring the chat. Let me glance over here. T-Sturg15 said, what are your OneNote settings theme? This looks way better than mine. I have no idea, to be honest, dude. I think it's just dark mode. Legit. I don't think I did anything special besides dark mode. Oh, do I not have it? Okay, if I could spell. Wonder if I can just install it this way or not. So that's the only downside when you do your own VM. We might use Fuff or something. Here we go. How to install Dirbuster on Ubuntu. Sudo. Well, I have Git. Oh, so we have to clone the repository. Easy enough. And then what are we just moving it? To opt. Okay, easy enough. It should just, no, it should be able to move the whole thing, right? Do I need to RF it? Like this? Why can't I move the whole folder? Cannot move Dirbuster to that directory not empty. Oh, whoops. What do we have going on here? Oh, we got to go over there. Hold up. Let's make it executable. Where's it at? Is it just Dirbuster? The rc1.sh? Can I do that? Will that work? Sweet. Okay, so we will do HTTP GoodGame.HackTheBox port 80. We'll do 200 threads. Probably wouldn't want to do that in real life, and we'll just do the medium word list and start. We'll see if it's actually going to work for us. Ooh, that doesn't look good. Oh, okay, it's finding some stuff. Sure is airing out a lot, though. We'll do Nicto. Nicto's really easy. Do I have it installed, though? That's the question. Sudo apt install Nicto. This is the first box I've done with this VM, so you guys have to hang with me while I install different tools when we get to that point. It's not what I want to click. Stop using my mouse. Okay, oh, it has a script directory. That's interesting. As bin, we could scan some stuff in there as well. Do we have Nicto now? Beautiful. So with Nicto, it's really easy. It's just Nicto-H for host, and we can drop GoodGame.HackTheBox in there like that. We'll name that Nicto just to keep it organized. And finally, we want to scan for vhosts, and I always forget the context. On my Kali VM, I actually wrote a script, but that's on my Kali VM. On my Kali VM, I made a little custom tool where I can just type vhost and then the name of the web server, and it scans for vhost right away for me. So we'll set the FS ourselves. I'll explain what that is a little bit, but let's grab this command here. Go to our VM, and let's open Visual Studio just for our notes. So we're going to fuff vhost. That's going to be our word list, so we'll have to figure out where our vhost word list is on here. I believe I have seclist installed, but we'll just grab this target IP here. We'll go like that, and we'll call it HackTheBox. That looks good to me. I can't hold my arrow key over, otherwise it freaks out. So I have to click, click, click. If I go to user, share, that's where it's at on Kali. Okay, we're just going to go like this so I have the command saved. Oh, I don't have that either. The joy. And then we're going to figure out where the heck sec lists are. We'll just use locate. Should be able to find it that way. And there is some good learning, guys. If you set up your own VM, like Kali's obviously solid. I still use Kali. But when you're forced to install tools yourself and troubleshoot things, you learn. And you get frustrated, but then you learn. Ooh. Some juicy stuff here I'm seeing already. Ooh, see, oh my goodness. Okay. I just want to dive into it, but let's be full with our initial enumeration. Is it in tools, it would appear? Those are all web shells. Is there a word list? Usernames? Okay, that must be where it's at. Come on, scroll. Scroll. Okay, don't scroll. Home, Tyler, tools, sec lists. Is there like discovery? Yeah. And we have either web content or DNS. Is there vhosts? Subdomains, name list. Let's use fierce because I use that in HackTheBox Academy. Let's see if this works for us. Okay, perfect. I know it doesn't look like it worked, but it did. If I could stop this. So what we need to do is just filter. And the way we do that is, you'll see we have this response on the end of the size of 85093. We just do FS to filter that out. 85093 like that. And then it should give us a little more accurate results. Okay, we got Durbuster, Nikto, and Fafuff. Let's just navigate to the website now. GoodGame.HackTheBox. And let's check out the website. So it is like a little gaming website. That's cool. Shell, magic in the air. Maybe Barbie. Oh, smell. Grab your sword and fight the horde. We found a witch. May we burn her? Very positive. We have posts. So when I see blogs, I always think, hey, maybe WordPress is running. We have some possible username enumeration. We know that an author is named Wolfenstein. Although I didn't see like SSH or anything open on this box. But if there's SSH, maybe Wolfenstein's a valid username. Different things like that. We have comments. Like, are there actual comments on here? Oh, no. I think it all just redirects. How about if I click blog? Okay, so there is a blog. Can I actually click these posts? No, they don't do anything. Oh, that one did. And we have admin, so we know there's an admin user. We have a login page, it would appear. Was there any other posts I can click on? Can I click on this one? Oh, that was the one I did click on. That's the one that had 7 comments. Wait, that was that admin telling him excellent post? I love it. Admin. Truly a masterpiece. Good. He's commenting on his own post. Good job, admin. That's something I would do. Can I click this one? Nope. Looking down here. All of these other ones just seem to redirect. You can see that in the bottom left corner of the screen. 14 pages. Oh, those all just redirect as well. So we have one valid post that admin himself called the masterpiece. If I click admin, it doesn't do anything. Oh, could I not log in? I try to log in too. Click here to log in. Okay, so there we log in. Not a member. Sign up. Okay. Registration form. HackSmarter@hacker.com. Nickname, HackSmarter. Password, HackSmarter. HackSmarter. So let me do that. Weak password policy. This is a pen test. I'd call him out on that. HackSmarter at hacker.com. HackSmarter. Login successful. Welcome, HackSmarter. Redirecting you to the profile page. And what I'm doing right now, guys, is just playing around, like, just having fun, seeing if there's anything interesting we see ourselves, and then we'll just dive into some of our scan results. And actually, what I want to do is let's go ahead and get this stuff pulled up in Burp Suite. We'll log back into Burp Suite just so if we want to capture any requests, it's a little bit easier. But so far, a lot of juicy stuff I think that we can dig into. We'll find something, I think. While this loads, we could check out Durbuster. Oh, okay. You know, like that script stuff looks interesting to me. I can't click in here for some reason. Oh, program pause. Did it have... Maybe it had too many errors. Sometimes it does that. Okay, we need to fix a few settings here. Settings. I can't do this light mode crap. User interface, display, dark. And because we're elderly, let's make it bigger text. There we go. Let's open our browser. What do you mean? Just leave me alone. I don't know if that's the right password. Okay, good. All right, let's log back in real quick. I want to see what the login request looks like when I'm doing an actual web app pen test right away. As soon as I authenticate, I just like watch like how are we authenticating to the web servers or anything we can abuse in initial authentication. Okay. It's freaking out. Return to home page. We also haven't looked at the source code or anything like that, so we might come back to that. Can I log in by clicking this? Okay, I can. So our name was HackSmarter at hacker.com. Our password was HackSmarter. And let's turn on intercept. Send this to repeater. See if anything interesting is going on here. So it's a simple post request. Email, username. Nothing of interest that I note. I have a few thoughts running through my head right now. Let's turn off intercept. It's going to log me in. I feel like the Burp browser is slower, probably just because I'm running all this in a VM. So I'm opening up Firefox back up just to glance around at a few things. Can I upload a profile picture? You can update. Oh, you can update your profile picture. How? You can update your profile picture and email address using the forms below. Oh, edit details. Oh, no, it's to change my password. How do I update my profile picture? Ooh, if I could upload something or bypass upload restriction, maybe upload a shell of some sort. You can update your profile picture and email address using the forms below. Where? Maybe I can't really update my profile picture. It's just teasing me. I'm curious, what if I make an account? Okay, I'm going to log out now. I'll make another account. We know there's an admin user. What if I make an account as admin? What does it do? Admin. Sign up. Welcome, admin. Okay. Oh, no way, guys. Look at that, internal administration. It looks like I made an account as admin and it didn't verify anything. I might have admin access now to this application just from playing around. That's what I am talking about. So let's do sudo pluma etc host. And let's add this. Save. And now we should be able to go to that page, I would think. Okay. Now we have another page here. I need to start taking notes on this stuff. So I'm going to grab a screenshot of this and go over here. Hacking notebook. Yep. I'll make this a little bigger for text. So we have this Flask Vault login, right? Research Flask Vault will be something that we want to do. But we have access to this, right? So if I just do admin, do I get access? Nope. Okay, that's fine. But I did not have access to that when I wasn't the admin user, right? I don't think. Come on. Let's try that again. Oh, so I'm logged in as the admin now. All right, so if I click profile here, I am the admin. Does this go anywhere? I just want to make sure I did not have access before. Like that, we for sure abused that. I'm just curious. Good game. Here we go. So we'll do incognito. And I want to log into my other account just to compare them. So that was what? Hack Smarter at hacker.com and Hack Smarter. Kick that, said, what about source code? Yeah, I have that on my to-do list. I just got distracted by everything else. Okay, look, guys. My normal user does not have access to that control panel. So I for sure took over the admin account just by creating an account named admin because it didn't verify that. And it gave me admin permissions. That's amazing. Internal administration. So that's something that we can fuzz a little more on. Can I write any blog posts? Whoops. If I go to blog, where's that one? This one right here. By which murder? Now we have a different name. Wait, what? Ooh, there's an API here. On submit blog. Okay. Maybe I just can't leave blog posts. Default sec, wait, how I missed how you got the admin account. So just on a whim, so when I do a pen test, an actual pen test, one of the things that we will do is see if there's account enumeration, right? So like if the application, if we try to create an account with an account that already exists, and the application says this account already exists, then we know, hey, account enumeration is happening. Your application should just return a generic error message saying unable to create account or something like that, right? And so I just wanted to, I knew there was an admin user because we saw a blog post by an admin user. So I thought, what happens if I make an account and call it admin? And it allowed me to actually take over the admin account. So I literally just made a new account and named myself admin, and it logged me into the admin account, which is quite amazing. I got too many tabs open. Where's this? This is what I want to look at. So we have this open source Flask dashboard. Let's see if we see any version information here. Bootstrap 5 dashboard. Beautiful. So let's drop that. I'm just going to use this right here. Volk free Bootstrap 5 dashboard. Let's just read about it. Open source dashboard powered by Bootstrap 5. Okay, so Volk dashboard default creds. Is there default credentials for it? That's HP. Oh, it's like in a Volk car, I think. Volk Bootstrap 5 creds. Well, let's read through this. So this is an app generator generated by AppSeed with basic modules. So we have a MySQL dashboard. So maybe something like SQL injection, stuff like that. I just want to know if there's default creds. Create users. Oh, there's a register page? Nope, okay. Thought I at least check that. Okay. And we can dirbuster this as well to see if there's anything on here. I'm just going to keep reading through the GitHub real quick. So there's a pro version. We, of course, have the free version here. A few things I want to try. So if I open this up in my Burp browser, my Burp browser is just a lot slower. Maybe I should set up Foxy Proxy. That might be more advantageous. Admin. I just want to do some basic fuzzing of this. So if we capture this request, sign in. Square Zero said, which room is this? It is Good Game, I believe is what it's called. So if we send a normal request, we get all this, and it should say, unable to log in, wrong username or password. So some basic ways you can fuzz for SQL is just a single quote. Let's see if we can throw any error messages. Wrong user or password, so nothing real interesting there. We have a session cookie just looking up here. Probably nothing real interesting there either. So I want to do a quick intruder scan. And we'll just do the username if I can grab it. Jeez. There we go. We'll add that. We'll go to payloads, add from list. And I think there's like a fuzzing list. We'll just do full fuzzing. Let's just see what happens. It's only 169. We'll see if any of these things give us an interesting response. Okay. That's giving us bigger lengths over there. So what are these saying? What's different about these? What if I render it? Oh, it's just because it's reflecting the username. That's all it is. That's why those look bigger, not because there's actually anything interesting going on. That's why those are smaller. So basic fuzzing isn't doing anything from what I can see. Okay, that's fine. All right, this is just slow. Apparently my VM doesn't have enough RAM for Burp Suite right now. Okay. We have Volk Bootstrap 5, and we were able to access that from the admin. So I'm assuming the way we get to the app is through here. I think that's probably a safe bet. This really freeze. Dumb. Do I have Derby? I'm going to do a very basic directory busting with Derby, just with the default word list. Nicto had this user info PHP UID1. Zoops portal? That might be a false positive. We'll check it out, though. One thing at a time, Tyler. One thing at a time. So if a fuff didn't find that vhost, it must just not be in that word list. Oh, hold up. So very basic directory busting there. Nicto, I don't think these exist, Nicto. What are you talking about, bud? Am I still logged into one of those? There we go. Nicto's out of its mind. See if there's anything interesting here. Oh, here's that link, right? Internal administration, GoodGames. We already found that. I don't see any like dynamic scripts or anything like that. We have these blog posts coming from static. I wish I could figure out how to upload a profile picture. I feel like that could be juicy. I mean, it says I can upload pictures, but it doesn't actually give me the option. I don't think anything interesting in there. Hacker. Wrong user or password. Is there a forgot password feature? Right? We take over their email account or something. Let me see if I can figure out how to upload this picture. Right? Welcome to your profile picture. You can update your profile picture and email address. Where? Do I need to type in my password? What was this password? Admin? I don't think I can update my profile picture. They're lying to me. What'd you find, Derby? Nothing? What good are you, Derby? All responses for directories seem to be code 403. Oh, I typed the wrong URL, guys. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Is it GoodGames or Good Game? Oh, no, it is GoodGames. Okay. I think I did Good Game for the port 81. Let's try Derby on that. And we still needed to research this as well. So let's check this out. And a lot of learning pen testing and hacking stuff is just reading about things. Looks like other people are researching this as well. Ooh. Hack tricks coming in clutch. If debug is active, you could try to access to console and gain RCE. What? Do I need to be authenticated? Ugh. So secret, we don't have a secret pin, so I don't think that'll apply to us. What's this? Try changing the hashing algorithm to MD5 instead of MD5. Isn't it the same thing? Debug shell. Okay, so if we can get authenticated access, I think we can get a shell here. if this debug thing is turned on, I guess. This debug shell. So don't know if it tells me what version it affects. Platform multiple. Oh well, we're not to that point yet. Just going to read about some of these. Here's our console bypass, but I don't think this will work for us. So this is a debug console that requires a pin by default. It's possible to bypass this with an LF5 vulnerability or use it as a local privilege escalation vector. The debug console will lock after 10 invalid attempts, which requires the server to be restarted for another 10 guesses. That sucks. Well, I'm not sure if we have a pin. We have forgot password link there. I want to see if that actually works. That's on the standard website though, so it's probably not going to do anything good for us. Let's just go here, see what it looks like. Really? Well, we know it's not going to send actual email. Because it doesn't have connection to the internet. Oh, if it did send an email, we could try like host header poisoning type stuff, but that doesn't make sense on a CTF like this. I want access to this console. Do I need to make like a custom word list? I doubt I need to brute force it. I've noticed they've kind of gone away from that on here. Come on. So how would I get credentials for this? If you guys have ideas in the chat, shout them out. Once we get access, I'm pretty sure we can exploit this console. Like, look at this. This is all our version that we have. It appears. Let's think. Flask Volt dashboard. Maybe it's not vulnerable. Maybe it's... Maybe I need to back up and be getting too far ahead of myself. Let's go back to our handy dandy checklist. What are we supposed to be doing? So what have we done? I think we've researched this and we found a shell for that. We've navigated to the web server. We actually found a vhost by navigating to the web server, so I'd say that's done. We looked at the source code. I doubt there's anything in robots.txt, but just to be sure, let's check. Nope, nothing. All right, so we can cross that off of our list. We're currently running Derby because Dirtbuster failed. Let's check that real quick. Okay, that's 403. Profiles 200. Logout is, of course, a redirect. Login, forgot password, sign up. Not much of anything. How do we do wordless on Derby? GoodGame.HackTheBox. Okay, so we can do home, Tyler, was it tools? And then seclist, discovery, web content maybe? Okay, no, don't display all those. We'll do directory list 2.3 medium.txt. Oh, see if that works. What up, J Money? Good to have you, dude. You missed our rap battle, though, in the beginning. You have to go back and check that out. Trying to generate our word list. Trying to think of the things we could do. We can make, like, when it comes to a login page, we could try an injection attack, which we tried. I don't think that would do it. All right, guys, I'm already getting tired. It's only 9:30. I want to fuzz this a little more. Oh, shoot. I have intercept on. What's this login equals? Like, that's weird, isn't it? Login equals true. Does that do anything? Wrong user or password. Why is it just saying login? That's just weird. It's like passing it as a parameter. Does it not want to render? That's just weird. Does it work without that? Wait, what? It's redirecting me? Oh, it tried to load the dashboard. So when I deleted login, it tried to get index. Isn't that interesting? Right here. You should be redirected automatically to target URL index. If not, click this link. Well, if I follow this redirection, does it do anything cool? Access denied. All right. CSRF token. We have our session token. What up, Ionis Gaming? Dude, you missed my rap battle with ChatGPT in the beginning, though. I was a master rapper, and I'm a master hacker, although clearly not a master hacker. All right, let's follow this redirection. We took over an admin account. That's been our success so far, and we're trying to break into this Flask thing. So when I delete, that's weird that when I delete that login parameter, it attempts to authenticate. So if I add that back and login, that's all it was. Wrong user or password. Okay, so there's something weird with this parameter. I mean, what if I... What's this do? Okay. Guys, I got to sneeze. I'm trying to sneeze in the microphone. All right, we're good. Okay, so what we discovered so far is if we remove the login parameter, it redirects us to index. But we can't see index. How is it passing it? Is it in the cookie? Can I modify my cookie? That'd be my other question. So if I delete that parameter, it's going to redirect me. What's this cookie look like? Is it decoded base64 or anything? No. Well, if I just delete the cookie, then what happens? Okay. How about options? Puzzled. We're going to figure it out, though. See how our scans are doing. Anything interesting? That's still stuck on generating word list, so that's apparently not going to work. Let me remember how to scan for directors using like FFUF. That might be a more promising method. Let's look at my notes. Oh, we don't use subdomains. Not who is, not, where's dirbuster? Directory busting. Oh, something like this is what I'm looking for. Discover files and folders that cannot be spotted by browsing the website. Yeah. Mutated brute forcing against the target web server. Let's try something like this. So we will do, what was it? Inlane freight, some weird, what was the URL? Internal administration. Take out the extra HTTP. And then ours was home Tyler tools, like that. That should work. Ah! What failed? Oh. Oh, I know the issue. How about tools? Let's try that. And then we just have to filter by that size, 6672. There we go. Now we're fuffing. Isn't that fun to say, fuff? Wonder if that will find anything interesting to us. So we have log in, log out so far. I'm just curious if we're missing something on our initial enumeration to find creds. So if we jump back to our notes, our hacking notebook, we did Dirbuster, so we can cross that out. You know, there might be other vhosts too if I use a different one. We did Nikto. We need to get past this login screen. While fuffs himself out, let me think. Let's go back to our homepage. We are logged in as the admin, so we see that. Why can't I upload a profile picture? Don't tell me I chose the wrong path. You chose the wrong path. Scrub. These all go to nothing. Nothing. Let me update your profile picture. No, you can't. You can't upload your line. How do I contact support and tell them they're lying? Do. All the links are just static. My password's not static. I can't upload my profile picture. I wish I could. I already tried MySQL. At least I fuzzed for it. Nothing of interest. And I don't believe Flask Volt is vulnerable to MySQL. Unless they have it configured really badly, which they might. Fuff's still doing his thing. Derby's broken, obviously. So we're going to actually do that fuff command as well on the other one. So if we copy this, drop it here, but we're going to do, instead of all of that, we'll just do good game. HackTheBox fuzz. Try that. And then we got a filter, FS9265. Okay, we know all those, right? We took over the admin account with the sign up form, so we know that works. Profile, blog, server status. Can I view server status as the admin or anything like that? Not that it'd do anything for me. No. If we were doing a pen test, just so you guys know, this would be an information disclosure. You'd report to the client. You don't want the web server telling you what version it's running. In our situation on a CTF, that doesn't help us because I know that's 2.4.51 isn't going to be vulnerable to anything. Ooh, coming soon. What is this page? That's a new page, I think. What's coming soon? Email. Subscribe. Hack smarter at hackers. What's coming soon? The countdown hit 0. What? This is actually a subscription thing? Was this like something the creator made? This is a legit website, I think. Oh yeah, there must have been a legit sign up form here, like for the creator of the room had people sign up. That's creative. I'm going to the chat. Default Sec said, every time I come to these streams, I realize just how far behind I am when it comes to pen testing. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with methodologies and tools, although here's where I've learned quite a bit. Dude, I'm a noob as well. I do pen testing, but I just do web app pen tests, and I've only been doing it for a few months. So I'm right there with you, man. I'm a noob at this. The only cool thing I have is OSCP, but OSCP is overrated, in my opinion. And so here's the thing for you guys studying for the OSCP. The easy boxes and HackTheBox are significantly more difficult than like OSCP machines, both in their labs. And I can't say on the test because then they'll get mad at me and take away my cert. But I will say, like, all their lab stuff, HackTheBox easy machines are way more difficult. Well, I don't think this is going to have anything good for us. It seemed to be when the creator actually made the room, he had to sign up for him. Okay, nothing. Nothing. What the heck, yo? Where's the password? Neither of those found anything? Coming soon, server status, forgot password. We're missing something. What are we missing? I didn't miss like a service that's running, did I? I mean, not Dirtbuster. I didn't miss anything here, I don't think. There isn't like another port running. I mean, the method of attack has to be we get access to that Flask login. Once we get access to the Flask login, I'm quite sure we can get remote code execution. Monster SRG said, in your opinion, Tyler, do you need to work through all of TJ Knowles' list to be ready for OSCP? Nope, I didn't work through it all. The one thing that is really helpful for the OSCP specifically is Offensive Security has their own platform called Proving Grounds. I think it's $20 a month, but that was more helpful than their entire course. Their Proving Grounds machines are very similar to the exam, and they actually have retired OSCP machines in Proving Grounds. And so TJ Knowles has a list of Proving Grounds machines. I wouldn't even do the HackTheBox machines. I would do the Proving Grounds ones just because they're so similar to the exam. And if you can work your way through the Proving Ground machines, you're ready for the exam, in my opinion, and from my experience. It's definitely nothing like this, yo. I'm like, I guarantee you I'm missing some small detail. I just can't think of what the small detail is. So here's what we're going to do, guys. Walkthroughs aren't bad. So I used to think that if you looked at a walkthrough, you lost. You haven't lost. It's just like consulting with someone who's more experienced than you with a walkthrough. What we've succeeded on our own is we have taken over an admin account on their website, and we've gotten access to this Flask dashboard as a result. We just don't have the creds for it. And so I'm going to go like this. Good game, HackTheBox walkthrough. But what we are going to do is don't look at stuff. Don't look at stuff. Don't look at stuff. We're just going to look very simple until we're unstuck. So we don't want to see any more until we're unstuck. Okay, this is all stuff that we done use. Fearox Buster. Maybe I should use that. Oh, because the site's in Python. That makes sense. So if you pass here. Okay, so he created an account just like us. Sign up. Yep. Ooh. So same me, you couldn't do that. Shell is root and container. It is SQL injection? Oh, check that login form for SQL injection. The client-side JavaScript requires a valid email address to submit. Oh, is this when you sign up? Really? So this is on login. He's grabbing the email there. Okay, I'm going to pause right here. Let's do this on our own real quick. Obviously, we still need to get to this. That's going to be the main way, I would think, right? Let's go back over to here. Where's Burp at? Here's burp. Let's turn intercept off. GoodGame.HackTheBox. I mean, what's SQL injection going to do for us? We already have the admin user. I mean, I took over the admin account a different way, so what is SQL injection going to do? Oh well, let's find out. admin@fake.com test. Password use, that's a good idea. Except for I don't actually know the admin's password. I just took over his account and set my own password. So I don't know what his initial password is, but that is a good idea. Anytime you discover a password reuse is something to check, especially for those of you studying for OSCP. You'll notice that a lot in their labs is password reuse. Did I turn it on? Yeah, I did. Okay. So let's sign in. And let's grab this and let's do some basic fuzzing over on repeater. Might be able to get it via SQL though. Oh, good point. Good point. Good call. So can we trigger a SQL error? Okay. It doesn't give a SQL error. I'm going to just grab, we'll send this guy to intruder. We could also do SQL map. And we'll just grab this parameter here. And all those built-in payloads, I've noticed I have, let's do SQL injection, GitHub. We'll just grab some off here. Default sec said, I don't follow. What good would SQLi error do? So one way you know SQL injection is effective is if you throw in a single quote and it attempts to run a SQL query, you'll get like no data returned or not a valid parameter or whatever. Then you just know SQL injection is possible, that it's not sanitizing the input properly. So on a pen test, that's one very simple thing we do is drop single quotes in all the login forms. And if we get any type of error that's out of the norm, then we know it's trying to read that SQL. And if it's doing that, then we know, hey, this is vulnerable to SQL injection. So it's just a very simple way and quick way to see if something is vulnerable. And so I'm going to grab this. Oh, those are just very basic. Oh, well. We'll grab these first. Don't know if any of these will work, but. Ooh. Okay. Okay, that looks juicy. You guys see the length on this? So here's what draws my attention right away. These two have a really long length, which tells me it's giving me a different response. What if I render this? What is it telling me? Nothing? Oh, it still says incorrect. Why is it giving me such a larger length than the other ones? What's these ones say? Like, what's the page look like? Does it look different? Oh, we're getting internal server error. Oh, interesting. So that is actually a sign that it might be vulnerable to some type of SQL injection if we're getting a 500 error. Although that's weird. It's given as a status 200. But here it's actually an internal server error. Whereas these didn't get that. So it is triggering some type of weird error. I'm curious if I close this out. Well, if I don't URL encode them, does that do anything different? No? Okay. Exploit MySQL. Oh, these are just basic bypasses. So is this actually logging us in? No, incorrect credentials. Where the frick is this SQL injection the dude's talking about? All right. When I successfully log in, there's a 200 response with a cookie set. Okay, yep, I noticed that cookie. Further down it says welcome. Really, it worked for you, dog? Okay, we did it on our own. We did that same thing, but we didn't use a SQL injection. So if you guys are paying attention to what he's doing, he's simply using SQL injection to log into the admin account. We were able to log into the admin account by simply taking it over by creating an account with the same username, and it gave us access to the same admin account. So apparently there's two ways to do that. He did it via SQL injection. I did it just by writing over the admin account with my own account. On the page that shows before it redirects, it's worth noting the welcome message. Welcome admin. Ooh. Oh, interesting. On the page that shows before it redirects, it's worth noting the welcome message. It's dumping the data. My query selects all users. It seems to have just jammed them together because a column is being displayed back to me. I can likely union eject this to dump the full database. If I change the username Bert repeater via a union injection payload, I'll guess at the number of fields until I find that 4 works. Oh, interesting. And SQL injection is just not something I'm that great at. Part of it is I've never looked into it too deeply besides the basics. In real web applications, you're not gonna see this very often. You might see it in a query on the application, but you're usually not going to see your standard SQL injection to bypass authentication. I think most modern web applications are sanitized against that. So I just don't see it in the real world very often. So he's doing a union select of those 4. And if you don't do 4, I'll show you guys why he does that. He started at 1, I'm sure, and just worked his way up until he figured out what it was. So if we go to, we can close this out. If I go to proxy, send this to repeater. Come on, repeater, I believe in you. So do we get that same welcome 4? So if we take away the 4, and if we do 3, it will probably incorrect credentials supplied. So he's doing each one to figure out how many columns, I believe it's columns, are in the database. And that's why it's welcome 4. So he's enumerating the database with a union select. Okay, I'm tracking with you, my friend. I can get the current database main. So that's by dropping the database in there. I see. Let's do that ourselves for learning. Database. Am I blind? Obviously, I'm blind. Oh, welcome main. Never mind. There it is. I am blind. So we have a main database. There's only 2 databases, main and information schema. Okay. Main has 3 tables. Wow, there's no possible way I would have gotten this. So we're just doing the same thing, right? Concat table name from information schema tables where table schema equals main. SQL injection, yo. So there's 2 users, and then of course we have the password right there. And the password super administrator. Okay, I'm not going to go through all those steps. I think you guys see what's going on. So we were just stuck on this. There was a SQL injection vulnerability and the login, but not necessarily to bypass. Who said that in the chat? Slippery A said might be able to get it via SQL injection, though. Yep, you were right. And I think Cyber Insight Canada said union select. Where did he say that at? I thought it was Cyber Insight Canada who said try union select. So both of you are right. Oh, yeah, union injected payload. There it is. Okay, I'm looking over the chat. A Runny Dude said, any tips on the report portion of the OSCP? No, so I know a lot of people do some like lead stuff for their report. I just took OffSec's like report template they give you and literally just made it my own. I just use their standard report template. And so my OSCP, I passed the OSCP in 8 hours and actually wrote the report while I was still in the exam environment. You have to be very specific and include all the right information. So like I finished my exam in 8 hours, and then with the proctor still watching me, I wrote my entire report. And then when my report was done, I re-exploited every single box following the steps I put in my report just to make sure I didn't miss anything. So it was a total of 17 hours straight. So I finished the exam, wrote the report all within the first 24 hours actually, and submitted it and passed. So that's how I did it. My only advice would be, if you can, do the report while you still have access to the exam environment. Because if you finish the exam and then wait till the next day to write your report and you no longer have access to the exam environment, if you forgot something or missed something, you can no longer get a screenshot or text information about it. Okay, so the password was a super administrator. Cool. Can we log in now? Of course. I knew it. That's all we needed was that password so we could log into here. Okay, let's close out that walkthrough. We'll stop there. And I'm just show you guys, that's how you use a walkthrough. When you're completely stuck like that, look at a walkthrough, but only until you're no longer stuck, and then go back to doing it on your own for the purpose of learning. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a screenshot of this. Right, we have login, and let's type that up in our notes. Okay. Just so we have those details. And the other advice I can give for the OSCP is notes are important. So like, guys, if you look over here, here's just a handful of the machines that I've done. And the nice thing about this is I can just Control F and search through here. So if I see a service that I've exploited in the past, I can Control F, find that service, and see the exact steps I did in order to exploit it. Default Sec said, how did you go from random notes to an actual report? So OffSec has a report template. And I just kind of made my notes like this, except for I knew exactly what they were looking for. So my notes weren't random. They were a lot more detailed than what I'm doing here. Same with when I do an actual pen test. They're a lot more detailed. But when you see what they require for their notes, you'll be able to organize your notes accordingly. And on the day of the exam, I actually set up a template for every box and for every service. So I had like a template set up for HTTP. So if HTTP was running, I had it all set up on the exact commands I wanted to run. The less thinking you can do on exam day, better. So like I had all my notes set up, my machine set up, like ready in the template, ready to go. And that's how I did it. A lot more high stress than just like hanging out on Twitch with you guys. And like the other thing I would say is, thankfully I passed it on my first attempt, but a lot of people don't, and that's okay. Sometimes it's okay just to take the OSCP so you can see what it's like for yourself, and then you'll pass on your second or third attempt. All right, you only fail when you stop trying, right? Cheesy, but it's true. Okay, let's hack a little more, maybe like 30 more minutes, 40 more minutes. We'll see where we get to. But we have access to this GoodGames thing right here. Ooh, we have some interesting page names here. Interesting. We have some team members. We have our current user. What if we go to my profile here? Let's just see what we have access to. Okay, so sweet. How about settings, messages, support? I just want to look at each one of these. Oh, do they all just redirect to the same thing? They do. Okay, we don't need to mess with that probably. What's transactions? We have some transaction information here. If I click them, they don't do anything. Nothing there. Settings. Can I turn on that debug mode? That's my question. What's a task? Ooh, we can add a widget. Upload files? Oh, it doesn't work. Add widget. User doesn't do it. Preview security doesn't do it. Upgrade to pro. Whatever our notifications. Added to an event. None of these. I'm looking down at the bottom left corner of my screen. Those don't go anywhere. Those don't do anything. We have our teammates here. Those don't do anything. That button doesn't do anything. So very much a static page. Can I see tasks? Nope. All of that just redirects. What's this? Oh, that goes to the actual website. Can I go to council now? Nope. What's Fuff doing? Oh, I was just seeing if that was the only port open. What the heck am I supposed to do from here? If debug mode was enabled, we know we could do it that way. Let's look at the page source, see if there's anything interesting in the page source. Demo. That has nothing to do with this machine right here. How do I upload? I want to know how to upload a profile picture. Dashboard, transaction settings, nothing interesting there. Our search form. Am I missing something obvious? Again? Everything on this just seems static. I can't. None of the files, none of the links work. Like quite literally, my profile does. Oh, what's this? Can I change this now? Let me change my profile picture. Come on. Whoa, what? There. Okay. Save all. These don't do anything. The heck am I supposed to do? Is there like a upload? I don't think this is actually real. Didn't think so. Either I am dumb tonight for missing obvious stuff. Like, have I tried everything on here? You guys in the chat, you see any buttons that I missed? We are logged in as admin. I mean, what were the other users, I guess? See, I can't click any of those guys. None of this does anything. None of this does anything. That goes to that. What are these settings? Open source. And that goes to the actual website. Oh, shoot. I got to see where the heck I'm stuck at. This is silly. Cyber candidates to test for Python injection. Where would I do Python injection at? There's nothing to type. And besides this. Like I'm telling y'all, OSCP is nothing compared to this. So we already did all that. Oh, server-side template injection? Where? Is it on the search? So, if it's server-side template injection, let's log into it on here. Yeah, it might be in the profile where we do server-side template injection, possibly. Oh, stupid thing. Let me log in, dog. Admin, super admin, I think. My memory serves me right. Shoot, what was the password? Super administrator. My bad. So we can edit stuff here. I wonder if this is where the server side or the server side template injection is. So what is server-side template injection? A server-side template injection occurs when an attacker is able to use native template syntax to inject a malicious payload into a template which is then executed server-side. Template engines are designed to generate web pages by combining fixed templates with volatile data. Server-side template injections occur when user input is concatenated directly into a template rather than passed in as data. This allows attackers to inject arbitrary template directives in order to manipulate the template engine, often enabling them to take complete control of the server. That's what we want to do. So that's an example of vulnerable code. And then here's like if it was a search thing or a name thing. I didn't see anything on our URL, but there was some other stuff. So we can try a few things here. We'll actually just copy this. And so I'm going to update this. We'll update that. And we'll go like that. Whoops. And we'll grab these requests. Oh, it's only name? Where's the other stuff I'm updating? Is it just name? Just want to see what the response normally looks like. If I render it, it's not reflecting. Oh, it's reflecting it there. So it's reflecting it there. So what if I go like this? Oh, no, I don't want all of them. See if it says 49 or whatever. $49. Okay, so we do have template injection. Fascinating. In these cases, the user input is being placed within a template expression. Identify. If you're lucky, the server printing the errors. Okay, we have it. So we can read and attack and all that stuff. So there's some cool tools. There's some word lists we can do. basic injection. We might be able to get some stuff. Retrieve the system's environment variables. Retrieve Etsy password. Let's try something like this, real simple, real quick, and see if we can get Etsy password. No, okay, that didn't work. That's okay, though. We know we have it. We just need to figure out the right way to abuse it now. So can we get environmental variables? And I wonder how the fact that it's running Python should adjust how we are doing this. I don't think we're even using the right payloads. Yeah, let's look back at this real quick. Spring framework, custom scripts for payload generation. Is there Python? Try a few of these. See if we can get one working for a proof of concept. Okay, well that's interesting. We got an error. Interesting. So let's automate this. I don't want to go through all of these. Oh, let's not look at his walkthrough though. We got payload box. Payload all the things is usually a trusty resource. Whoops, not blame. The frick raw. We're gonna grab all these. Go hard or go home, right? Oh, let's send this over to intruder. Let's automate this instead of me manually putting in each payload and seeing what works. Let's grab this as what we want to attack. We'll add that. We'll go to payloads. We'll paste them in, and we'll go start attack. Okay. Glance at a few of these. Oh, I don't think I want to URL encode it. I don't know if that'll work the same. Let's just check. I might have to turn off URL encoding. Oh, I did the first one. 16. This should be 49. Welcome back to math class. What's something like this do? This config items. Oh. Oh. Well, that looks interesting, doesn't it? I saw that secret key thing. Where's it at on here? Am I blind? Oh, here we go. Oh, dictionary item. So this is like from Python. Let's send to this to decoder. Just want to glance at this a little closer. Looking over the chat. Slippery A said payload all the things has a lot of payloads. Yeah, you're right. That's where we went to. Default Sex said I had flashback as soon as you said welcome back to math class. And Monster said I'm still my undergrad. I can't wait to get finished. Okay. We have a dictionary here, a Python dictionary. We're setting the environment, which is production. Debug is false. So remember, if debug was set to true, we could have abused that console and got RCE that way. Testing is false. Propagate exceptions. Secret key is secret key. So that's interesting. Permanent session. Application root. Session cookie name. Just seeing if there's anything else here that is interesting to us. Ooh. Here's our SQLite database. We can't access that from outside the machine though, but okay, cool. Let's look at some of the other requests that came through. Did I have, where's my attack thing? Here we go. Did this actually open Etsy password? Maybe not. Just render it, I guess. No, okay, that didn't. Man, this is being slow. Docker file project requirements.txt. Okay. So that's clearly working. Some config there. So we need like Python server-side template injection payloads. Cool. So we have, I mean, clearly it's Python stuff. Can I get code execution? Let's just go like that. If debug extension is enabled, which is not. In these objects, you'll find all the configured environmental variables. And that's actually what we dumped, I think. That's right here. We have the secret key. I'm just not entirely sure how to use it to get full access to it. First of all, in a ginger injection, you need to find a way to escape from the sandbox and recover access to regular Python execution flow. To do so, you need to abuse objects that are from the non-sandbox environment but are accessible from the sandbox. Accessing global objects. For example, in the code render template hello HTML, the object's username and email come from the non-sandbox Python environment and will be accessible inside the sandbox environment. Moreover, there are other objects that will always be accessible from the sandbox environment. These are this, and config is what we dropped there. Then, from these objects, we need to get to the class object in order to try and recover defined classes. This is because from this object, we can call the subclasses method and access all the classes from the non-sandbox Python. In order to access object class, you need to access blah. Having escape class object and call subclasses, we can now use those classes to read and write. To call the subclasses has given us opportunity to access hundreds of new functions. We'll be happy just by accessing the file class to read and write files or any class. All right. I'm a little bit lost on these explanations. So I need to find the file classes first, I think. Let's go to repeater. Like, what does that do? Besides error out, do I need a URL encode it? Send. It didn't do anything. Oh, it gave me internal error. Guys, how is this rated as an easy box? Freaking hack the box. I tell you what. If you don't have imposter syndrome, hack the box will give you imposter syndrome. Okay, so in order to access the object class, you need to access a class object and then access either base. That's just confusing. What the frick does that even mean? Hey, Runny Juice said those look overcomplicated for a shell RCE. I agree, but it is hack the box, and they like to make things complicated. Like I'm telling you guys, these machines are more difficult than web apps I do in the real world. Like hack the box machines are more secure. Okay, hold up. We're getting somewhere here. A bunch of crap. I can't even copy it all. Come on. Come on, Burp Suite. Wow. This is crazy slow. You guys see how slow that is? I'm still trying to copy. That's not going to work. So these are what? Subclasses? Wow. Nope. I have no idea how to do this. That's silly. Is that really how hard it is? I have to see if that's really what we're supposed to do. If it is, that's insanity. I'm going back to try hack me. So that's what we did. That's all he did. Where did he find that payload at? How did he find that? It's not even on his own hack tricks. Isn't that the dude who wrote hack tricks? Maybe it's not. But where did he find that payload? Like, I want to know how he knew how to do that. Yeah, okay. We have root in a container, so we still have to escape the container, of course. So that's not as cool as it looks. But how did he know to use that payload? Am I just missing something obvious? I want to see if this payload's somewhere on Google. Like, I want to know what I'm missing. Why didn't I not see something like this? And that's the downside, guys, of even like YouTube videos. Like, you may be watching this on YouTube, and like there's other videos that I'm sure are 10 minutes long where someone walks through this box. But when you watch a 10-minute walkthrough, you're like, what was their reasoning? Like, how do they find that information? In my opinion, it's not even helpful. Because they show you the way to get it done, but they don't tell you how they came to that conclusion. For all you know, they just read a walkthrough and made a video about it. Where's this payload from? Oh, this guy has it. This guy has it. So we were looking in the right spot. Hold up. I was looking at this right here. Let me look at this RCE. So we just had to have So it's not on that page, but it is on this page. Let me just see how they explain it. They don't. All right, bro, we're bookmarking you, dog. I mean, that's silly. How else were you supposed to get that payload? It looks like it's on this one page right there. Must be where he found it at. Pony.cc. Looks like he has some good stuff here in general for web apps that might come in handy even in the real world. So we can ID. Can we run other commands like this? I'd assume we can. We can. Okay. So is netcat on the machine? Like, can we do or we have Python, right? Which Python? We should be able to get a reverse shell now, I would think. Okay. So I see what we're doing from here. This is more my understanding here. So if we do Python reverse shell, I think we can pop a reverse shell now on this machine. If we go down to Python, we can just copy this one, go here. I don't need all that stuff. And let's grab my IP right there and just drop it in here. And we'll drop it right here. And we'll just say 1337 because we're elite hackers. Obviously, we're not that elite, but we'll pretend like we are. We'll grab that payload. And if we open up our terminal, why does it break like that? 1337. And now if we go here, paste it in, fingers crossed. That didn't work. Oh, hold up. I think I know the error. So what if I change these to those kind of quotes? And now what if I drop the payload in there? Whoops, doesn't feel like pasting now. Paste. I really should just find and replace all these instead of doing this manually. Ah. User bin Python. Maybe there's a simpler one. We could also just bash it. Why not? All right, guys, 30 more minutes, and I'm calling it a night, and we'll have to do part 2 next week. Or do a box set. Untry Hack Me. Hack the Box is fun, but it gets frustrating after some time. Go back here. So I want to make sure we had command execution there. So if I drop this in here, will that work? No. Guys, I might call it a night. I don't think I'm going to finish this. That's what I did. What the heck? Yo. Oh, I just didn't do bash C? Freaking shoot me in the head. You have to be joking me. Pisses me off, yo. That's literally all I missed, isn't it? So dumb. Oh, he had the same IP as me? I can't believe that's all I missed. I bet this gives me a shell now. Or not. What? Bruh, I use the same payload, homie. I'm sticking to rapping. Screw this hacking stuff. What did I do wrong? Obviously, my entire life. Do I need to URL encode it? Oh, the shell's broken. I can't type. It double types everything I type. You guys see that? I'm just typing once. Is that a failure of the shell? Is it my machine? What's causing it? Screw it. Well, is that working now? What? Oh, man. It's just doubling everything. There's the user flag. I love it. I love it. Submit a flag. User. Nope, too hard. That's my rating. I won't even let me submit the flag. That's how bad I am. Oh, thank you. This is amazing. I'm just checking some really common areas. So we're in a container. We're in a Docker container. Can we run Docker? No. There's a few quick things we can check. But I'm about to call it a night. I doubt this is going to be helpful at all. Suid permissions. Nope. None of those are really helpful. Oops. Gosh. Here's our Docker file. Here's our project. Here's our environment. Oh, we have a PostgreSQL. So that's what we were seeing before. So we have a SQL database. Is that how we break out? Let's glance at my notes. Oh man, it's getting late, y'all. We're gonna keep going a little bit longer though. Okay. Oh, come on. What you doing? What is going on? Grab that. Go over here. Yeah, it's been 2 hours and 38 minutes with no breaks. Oh man. Target IP. Let's grab that. What was the username? Appseed Flask. Oh, that's a database name. Username is Appseed. Password is pass. Very secure. Oh, maybe it'll prompt me for the password. My mouse stopped working for a second there. Well, that would just be localhost because I'm actually on the box. I mean, we'll see if this command's even on the box. Probably not because it's HackTheBox and they enjoy watching us suffer. Yeah, of course the command's not on the box. Why would it be? Like, I love how it just breaks it when I type it too. Do I need to specify the port? Well, this command's not even on there, so I can't do that. All right, guys, I'm calling it a night. I'm tired. It's been almost 3 hours of staring at my computer. I was way more successful at my rap battle against ChatGPT than I was at taking down this box. But hey, we learned some stuff, and I didn't shed any tears, so I'm gonna count that as a win. Hope you guys have an awesome night, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.